Yeah.
Well, I got some letters in there, copies of them, that he wrote to his sisters here in Wamic in 1902. Some of his letters in there.
Yeah, there's one of those right here is a letter to no, that one was Teresa. This one is, I think Teresa wrote to him. Yeah, at the end he said,
well, his wife
so,
went, took two of the kids, the youngest ones, and went to, down to, Jacksonville, Oregon. And she was trying to get him, Herman, to come down there and work for somebody that's building a road down toward the coast. And she didn't want to stay here. I don't think she liked it here. And some of the family think she didn't figure on coming back here. And she got typhoid fever and died down there.
Oh boy.
And it was about, I think it was about 3 months before they found out that she was dead.
Do you want to put that back in?
There wasn't much communication at that time.
Yeah. I was just thinking about those letters, mail,
right there.
how long it would take a letter to get to someone.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the death certificate for Papa Orange.
Is what?
The death certificate for Papa Orange.
What does it say was wrong with him?
He died.
I can't read. What's that say?
Emphysema and something.
And you got a marriage license and death certificates and all kind of stuff. My daughter that died, Jennifer's sister died, she did all this research.
And she was a member of the
There's
DAR. This is Harmon, the one who wrote that letter about A. Lincoln.
Oh,
That's a picture of him.
And what was your sister's name?
Margaret.
Margaret.
Chapters in Portland.
Who is that?
It says Harmon.
That was when he was young.
Oh.
That was his Civil War picture.
Oh, he doesn't have a mustache. I didn't recognize him.
I thought it was a woman.
This is. I don't have a copy of that picture.
I don't have
know
that
if you
one
can get the
either.
glare off of it or not.
Yeah.
That's when he would have written what he would have looked like when he wrote the letter.
Yeah.
Okay, skipping ahead now to your life here, and let's kind of go through the seasons. I just want to hear kind of about a typical day in the spring for you and your husband. What would a day be like in the spring?
Hectic.
Well, I get up, go out, milk cows first thing.
About
Go out, milk cows, come in and have breakfast, then do a day's work, and
Run the milk through the separator.
yeah.
Feed the chickens, collect the eggs.
And Dad would be plowing in the spring.
Yeah. And it'd be so cold. They didn't have cabs on their tractors. You sit out in that wind all day.
Yeah.
Well, that's one reason that we had to sell the ranch. It was just too much. You couldn't do it. Another thing, Leo's dad got Alzheimer's, and I don't think he would ever sold the ranch if he hadn't got Alzheimer's. And of course that comes on slow.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's happening really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He worked outside in all kinds of weather. Even when it was 40 below zero. What year was that?
Not 40.
What was it?
36.
36.
I got at 35 one time.
35 below.
But it was down to 20 degrees. Sometimes it'd be several days it'd stay down to 20 below zero.
Yeah.
And Dad would still have to go out and use an axe to chop
water for the cows.
Yeah, he chopped holes in the pond so the
I
cows could
remember
get
once
water.
he came in, and of course he had his cap, just his mouth and nose and his eyes sticking out. But it was just like frost all over him. He was just covered with frost. It was so cold. And of course, about 20 below zero, and the cows would get out. You had to go chase cows or something.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah. I remember once it was in the spring, and we started having baby calves, and some of them were way down, about a mile down below where those blueberries are, and the calf wouldn't cross the creek. The old cow went across, but the calf wouldn't cross. I had to get down and take that calf and wade and push him across the creek.
Oh.
And I got him across, but I was wet to my waist,
Oh.
and I had to walk from way down there to the house up here.
Oh,
I
wow.
about froze to death.
I bet.
It was all kind of bad things happened. And
When you rode Chipper up in the mountains, a Palomino horse that my grandfather raised, and you had to, it was so steep that you had to walk.
well, it was steep, and it was trees down.
Trees,
You
yeah.
had to climb over logs and stuff. And I hurt my knee. I got a dent in my kneecap where I chipped it, and I had to. You couldn't ride the horse over; you had to lead him. It's down in the Forks of Badger. Her badger, a big badger and little badger comes together.
Yeah.
I said, no way will ever get me down there again unless one of the kids is there and tell me one of the kids is lost. Yeah, that's the only way I'll ever go down in that place again.
It's steep.
It's probably still like that. I've never been back.
Well, tell what happened when they were building a fence up there in the mountains, Dad and Pa, and they got hurt.
Oh, well, they were putting up at the valley. We had a cabin up in the mountains where they stay when they go riding for cows, and they were in the wintertime. They would take cables and twist them and tighten them up and hold the sides of the house together so the snow wouldn't collapse it. And he got his arm that they were twisting it with a stick,
Yeah.
and it broke and hit him under the arm here.
Oh.
It was like a big sack of blood, like about the size of a grapefruit
Oh.
here under his arm. And I had to.
And Pa broke bones in the top of his hand where the stick
Yeah,
hit.
Chet broke. It hit him across the hand, broke his hand, and Leo had this big sack like a grapefruit under his arm. And funny thing, it didn't tear his jacket. He had a denim jacket, and it didn't tear his jacket, but it cut his arm. And
Wow.
Way up in the mountains, and they both came in. Mom was in the cabin. They both came in wounded, needing help.
I didn't have anything but a dish towel to doctor him with, but I did tie Leo's arm up with a dish towel, and he had to drive the truck all the way back down here from Badger Lake.
Oh,
Terrible
that's
road.
still a terrible road.
Yeah.
With the big
almost-
horse truck with rack on the back.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
One night I came up there that had to drive a truck. I took them up there and unloaded them, and unloaded the horses, and I had to come back home and do chores, and I left him up there to ride for cows. And I got out, started home, and I looked at the truck, the gas tank was empty. It said empty, registered empty.
Oh shoot.
And it was almost dark. I was scared to death coming down that mountain. I thought it was going to run out of gas before I got home. I don't know why he forgot to put gas in it. But I'd take him up there. Earl Davis was one of the guys. Earl got lots of memories of Earl Davis up there with. And Howard Crawford, he probably died before you came here.
Yeah, I don't know him.
Yeah. And George Nelson and Jim Kennedy, but I never knew Jim very much when he was older, a lot older.
Is that Lois Kennedy's husband?
Oh, her father-in-law.
Father.
Yeah, her
Okay.
father-in-law.